Welcome, sports bettors, to BetRepublic's Daily Line Show, Thanksgiving edition. 3 big NFL games on tap. First up, we got Green Bay minus 10.5 at Detroit with a total of 47. I don't know if you guys heard this, the NFL talking about maybe removing Detroit from the Thanksgiving Day game. I say no. I don't care how bad they are. It's tradition. Quit messing with tradition. Leave some things alone, even if they're not working. With a side of 10.5 and a total of 47, I'm looking at a play on the team totals for this one. You should get a team total of 29.5 to 30.5, right in that range for Green Bay. Detroit will come in at 18. The team totals are out on the other two games on Thanksgiving. Books haven't released this number yet, but based on the side and total, should be 29.5. The books always tack on a little bit for the favorite. Knowing how the public tends to play them, I'm just thinking you're going to see this one at 30, 30.5. I'm waiting for it to come out, and I'm going to jump on it. Here's why I think it goes over. First time these guys met this year is 26-0. So we need to get about 4 more points out of Green Bay to get this 30 to go team total over. And let me tell you why I think they're going to. They gave up 5 sacks last time. They've been improved since then. Don't think Detroit will get 5 sacks this time through. Green Bay settled for 4 field goals. They were 1 for 5 in the red zone. Now remember, Green Bay coming out of preseason, everyone thought they were going to have a great year. They started the season a little bit slow. They didn't really come together. They are a much better team now than the first time they played Detroit. I don't see 1 and 5 happening again in the red zone. Not when we get into crunch time for the wild card spots. Time of possession in that first game, 40 minutes, 48 seconds for Green Bay, 19 minutes for Detroit. Green Bay dominated them. Every category except that score. They should have more than 26. Passing yards, 71 to 328. Another reason why I think Green Bay team total is a good play to get over 30. Green Bay gave up, Detroit gave up 37 to Cleveland last week. Jesus, this is a team that scores 7 points a game. So 8 Browns caught a pass, 304 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. If Cleveland puts 37 up, Green Bay sure as hell can get more than 30. Green Bay put up 48 in Detroit last year. Turkey Day. Green Bay Detroit at home last year, Thanksgiving Day, gave up 47. The year before, they gave up 37. And by the way, that year before, that was Green Bay. So Green Bay's last 2 trips to Detroit saw 37 points and 48 points. Both of them well over the 30 we're going to need. Detroit ranked dead last in the league against the pass, and that was before they faced Cleveland. Also, Green Bay lost 2 linebackers in their game against San Francisco. Not 2 linebackers, 2 starters on defense, rather. They lost Al Harris and they lost Aaron Campman. Those are 2 veterans on an otherwise young Green Bay defense. I think that's going to help Detroit put up a couple points, and I want Detroit to score. I want Detroit to score all day long because Green Bay will have to match them, and Detroit's defense certainly will be obliging for that. Detroit's last 5 Thanksgiving Day games, all of them lost by double digits. Green Bay minus 11 looks good. I think that total of over 30 looks even better. Let's go to the next game. We got Oakland at Dallas. Okay, Oakland at Dallas. We have an Oakland team that just came off a big win off the first place Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, maybe they can build off of that upset win, right? 2 other upsets this year. They went into Kansas City and they beat Kansas City. Maybe they could build off that and start their season? No. Next week they lost by 20 points to Denver. Big upset over the Philadelphia Eagles. Next week, lost by 38 points to the Jets. Oakland on the road versus teams with winning records. Losses by 8 to San Diego, 23 to Houston, and 37 to New York. Teams have rhythms. They go up and down. We talk about this a lot here at BetRepublic.com when we're looking at all the games from a betting point of view. Dallas is a bit down right now. They lost to Green Bay, and then they beat Washington by 1 point in the last minute of the game, a game they should be embarrassed at their effort in. Oakland is a perfect opponent in a perfect place and the perfect time to get Dallas back on track. They suck to begin with. They're on a short week with travel, and they can't win on the road. They usually get beat by an average of about 18 points or so. Last year on Thanksgiving Day, Dallas, the home team, gets to take advantage of the team on short week with travel. They beat Seattle 34-9, a 25-point win. This is Dallas's 3rd year under head coach Wade Phillips, son of Bum. Their first Turkey Day with Wade, they beat the Jets 34-3. So under 2 years on Thanksgiving, Wade had them prepared with a 31-point win over the Jets, 25-point win over Seattle. Certainly they can beat this Oakland team by 13.5. And if you're going to play that one late, ASAP, because it's only going to go higher. You're going to be paid 14 or more by game time. With New York Giants on the road next week, followed by San Diego coming into Dallas a week after that, followed by New Orleans. Dallas can't afford to crab around with little scrubs like Oakland. They should blow these guys out. Final game, Turkey Day card, the night game. Giants at Denver. Battle of 2 6-4 teams here fighting for that last playoff spot, or fighting for that wild card spot. I'm not sure which head coach looked more amateurish last week. McDaniels, with his onside kick, trick play onside kick after a touchdown, didn't fool anyone. Momentum killer. They just gotten back in the game, killed the momentum. Pulls Chris Sims after he starts out 2-4. Guy hit 2 out of 4 passes. I don't know if he gave him enough time, but what he really did wrong, he kept Kyle Orton in this game when it was far out of reach. They had no chance of coming back. He left Orton in there, hung him out to dry in obvious passing downs where the defense was keying off on his quarterback, who's already got a bum ankle, and he's still in the playoff drive, and he risked his starting quarterback. Really amateur play. Even worse by Coughlin. Worse play calling, and worse because he's not an amateur. He's an experienced head coach. But he went into the prevent and gave Atlanta 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns last week. Let him get back in the game and tie it up. And then in overtime, Coughlin wins the kickoff. His guys get down in field goal range. And what does he do? He throws a pass all the way across to the other side of the field, against the grain, across his body. Could have been picked off for a quick 6. First down, he throws a pass when he's in field goal range in overtime, at home. Even the announcers said, man, you gotta play smart here, coach. Well, he ran on second down, but then on third down, instead of just centering the ball for his kicker, throws another pass. And at this point, the announcer said, I really don't understand it. And I got to tell you, watching in my living room, I didn't understand it either. I don't know what the hell Coach Coughlin's thinking in the fourth quarter here. Giants open a 6-point favorite. They're going to be 7 by game time. This one's going to go higher, as most favorites will. If you like Denver, wait. If you like the Giants, get it now. It's an interesting stat for you on the Giants. They're second in the NFL overall defense, allowing just 282 yards a game. But they're near the bottom in points allowed with 24. That's Coughlin. That's late game giving it up. You know, Broncos and the Giants both have been losing a lot of games lately, but looking at the schedules, I think the Broncos had the tougher run of it. I think the Giants are one of the weakest teams they've seen lately, and with a coach making some really questionable calls, I got to say, wait on this one, grab the 7, game time. Wait on that bye. If you like the Giants getting out, wait on it if you like Denver. I like Green Bay's team total over. I like Dallas to blow out Oakland. I like Denver plus the 7. All my picks, whatever I decide on, BetRepublic.com. I'm having them up there in Pubbits. That's BetRepublic's Daily Line Show. Have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you find it in the company of friends and family. See you over at BetRepublic.com.